the reason that I got my first camera is so stupid because my sister got given a camera for her birthday when she was like, I think 10. And then one day, like, someone shot a deer in the field behind our house. I remember being like fascinated by it and taking like 20 pictures of it on her camera. And then obviously, like, as kids, we were like are allowed one roll of film like every month or something. Well, I didn't even have a camera. And so my sister got her roll of film developed because she didn't know what was on it. And then obviously got a roll of film of like 20 dead deer. 20 pictures of dead. And so my parents got me a camera for my birthday because they were like, yeah, you should probably have your own camera if you're gonna take pictures of dead deer on your sister's camera. So
Here you
and
go, you
then
little psychopath. You.
and that was the last one. Was, I don't think I've ever taken dead animal photos off. You know what you're like when you're a kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Canada is the perfect place for it. Then it's like you're driving on the road, you stop by, you're like, oh, a squirrel or whatever else there is.
somebody dead animal. But then they when I was at school, I basically when I was at school, they had various different activities, and I was always trying to find a way to do the activity that was the least amount of work. And then I discovered that photography was an activity where you could like print your own photos, and so I did that, and then I became hooked on like printing my own work. And so that was when I was 14, I think. And so then I set a darkroom up in my like our bathroom at home, and so then I would just like shoot a lot of landscape photos and print them, and then it just became an obsession from that point. So then I went to school for it, and then when I left school, I luckily got an internship with two photographers who were had a studio in London in the UK, which is where I grew up, and they yeah they and then we did so many fun jobs. Like I feel like we in that period of time, like we like traveled so many different places. They used to shoot all the ad campaigns for the British Army, and they shoot various other ad campaigns. And so I basically got to do like a whole bunch of like crazy jobs, which was super fun. And then they were the ones who introduced me to stock photography. And then from that point on, I traveled a lot, and I basically bummed around for quite a few years, just like doing odd jobs, always shooting photos. And then it wasn't until I moved to Canada that I then set up a business, like a wedding photography business, which was kind of then from that point on, which was probably now like 2011, 2012. And so then I've been shooting weddings full time since then with other jobs on the side. But I always like, since I started shooting weddings, I feel like that's always been my like the thing that I enjoy the most. Like I love the access I get to people's lives. Like I just like show up and like, yeah, get to experience what they're doing. And it's kind of, it's a place where I feel I can be more creative than I could. Because I'm not sure if you find this, but when I was shooting advertising photography, I could never um like there was always someone else's idea. I guess
Hmm.
you do you find that? I guess you have a good mix of work, so you get to do creative stuff as well.